Have with us this very, very dedicated person, Mrs. Elaine Johnson. She lost her son during the invasion of Iraq. And she has really been working hard at getting, speaking all over the country so that people can understand what it is that families are experiencing in this regard. So I'm not going to try to tell you a whole story because you tell it better than I ever will. Will you please come forward and let's welcome Elaine Johnson.
Thank you. I'm a little stopped up because I have a bad sinus infection. It's been worrying me all week, and it's nothing work of the devil. He's trying to keep me from coming here, but I'm here. I want to thank Veterans for Peace, Military Families Speak Out, Direct Veterans Against the War, and everybody else. Veterans, I would like to thank y'all for y'all service. Gold Star, with all my Gold Star family members, please stand. And with all my Blue Star families, please stand. Blue Star. I am so glad for once the Blue Star outweighed the Gold Star. For once. Thank you. Well, as you know, my name is Elaine Johnson, and I'm from Orangeburg, South Carolina. My son was Specialist Darius T. Jennings. He was killed November 2nd, 2003. He was on the helicopter that was shot down just 5 minutes into the air over in Fallujah. He was killed at once. At that time, the Chinook was flying without any escorts. So that was the first time. A lot of y'all probably hear the story about me and President Bush, when we met, because that's, I told him off about how can you fly, humans over enemy territory on a helicopter that was not equipped to carry precious cargo, but cargo. And that's when my journey began. He had no answers for me. So moving right along, when when Obama was running for president, I had the pleasure of meeting him. And I told him, I said, okay, now, you carry a big torch, because Bush left us in a mess, left me angry, and now it's up to you to correct the problem. I said, if we put you in office, will you promise me to bring the soldiers home? His answer to me was, yes, ma'am. Well, I got a problem with that. I had a problem with Bush and I got a problem with Obama. I'm glad he's an African American now, and I'm glad he got president. But it does not make me a bit of difference what color or who you are. The thing is, we want this war to come to an end. My son, and I kind of lost count on how many soldiers we lost because I try not to bog myself, with it. But when I saw this gentleman with his hat showing 5,107 lives has been lost and counting. And the only way we can get that number to stop counting is for the administration to listen to whatever he has to say, whether we are from this side of the country, other side of the country. They need to listen. But one young man told me, he said, you know what, Elaine, we need to go door to door to these congressmen and knock on the door and tell them, okay, I'm here to tell you that your son or your daughter has been killed in a car accident. And I'm like, no, that wouldn't work, because I wouldn't even wish that on anyone. But we have to find a solution to make them listen. And what I decided to do, like I said, I met the president, and I'm gonna meet him, and I don't even know, he was a president, then he was president-elect. Now he is the president. And I have a word for him personally. But I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send him a letter, because I have a friend in the White House that can take it to him. And I'm gonna send him a letter. And in this letter, this is what I'm gonna send him. And then I'm gonna tell you why. Everybody talk about the cost, money-wise, cost of the wall. But nobody never talk about the human cost of a wall, what it does to a family, what it does to a mother. Nobody never talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it. If y'all can bear with me, I can get through it if y'all can get through it. This is what I'm going to send him. This is the report I received, the medical report I received on my son. It said my son, he was killed immediately. His head was separated from his body in the middle of his neck. The right hip was dislocated. The pelvis was broken on one side, on his right side. His left upper arm was broken and was not attached to his body. His right lower arm was not attached to his body. His left leg was broken. His left ankle was dislocated. His chest was open from the trauma with the lungs and the heart exposed. His internal organs was burned, and so was his whole body. There were no type of drugs that was in his system. Now, this is what I have to live with for the rest of my life. But this is what I don't want no other mother and no other family to go through. Because it's, you know, they just don't understand. But this is what I want them to know. This is what I carry. This is the same child I gave birth to, but the same child the Bush administration sent back to me. I was unable to see him. That's why I sent for the report, because I needed some type of closure. You know, whether it make any difference to anyone out here, it makes a big difference to me, and I want it to touch Congress. I want it to touch the president himself, because he told me he was going in, you know, he was not going to send nobody else to war. He told me this, you know. I don't talk about what I hear. I talk about what they tell me. And I'm still holding Bush accountable for my son's death. But I will hold Obama accountable for any other one that died after he takes office. Like Reverend Hagel said, we need to push him. I'm going to kick, I'm going to push, I'm going to do whatever, except go to jail, because I ain't going to jail. I don't guess. But